news and weather from where you live. News Watch 12 at 10 starts now.
Welcome to News Watch 12 at 10. I'm Justin Betty. Tonight, the victim in the shooting last month in Wausau has now died. In response today, Wausau police released a statement requesting the Marathon County District Attorney's Office charge the suspect in that shooting with first-degree intentional homicide. Michael L. Turner is already in custody on a $1 million cash bond in connection with that shooting. Police say charges are now expected to be brought forward at a future hearing. Today, Senator Ron Johnson said he's still undecided as to whether he will run for a third term next fall, adding he feels no pressure to decide anytime soon. Johnson answered questions today during Milwaukee Press Club virtual event. As a senator in a swing state, Johnson's seat could be one of the keys to determining the balance of the Senate next year. A number of Democrats have already announced they intend to run. Outside, Jeff, warm today, getting hot soon.
Yeah, some rain-cooled air across the area today. Tomorrow, not so much. Here's that band of showers across the area now, pushing to the south and east this evening. There still could be a couple sprinkles in here tonight as the atmosphere is a bit unstable across our neck of the woods, but no severe weather at all. And then we are going to crank up the heat. Highs today 76, but we are just getting started. Even a few mid-upper 80s across central Wisconsin today, 90s across western Wisconsin today. That's all moving our way for tomorrow. And once it gets here, it's not going to move anytime quickly. We have 80s and 90s in the forecast the next 7 to 10 days around here. Outside now, it's 69 in Wausau, 62 for Organigo. So it's comfy. It's a bit muggy outside. That will continue tonight and pretty much every night through the weekend. We'll have low temperatures down in the muggy 60s or so. So it's going to be tough sleeping in that, I know. Your forecast time for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies, maybe a sprinkle out there with low temperatures down near 60. Your full forecast is coming up, Justin.
Thanks, Jeff. With some hot temperatures on the way, Northwood's lakes and rivers are sure to be popular spots this weekend. But there is another reason many folks will be getting outdoors this weekend as well. News Watch 12's Andrew Kiekefer explains. Andrew.
Justin, Wisconsin is home to nearly 15,000 lakes, over 80,000 miles of running water, and nearly 50 state parks. These natural gems of Wisconsin will be free this weekend for all to enjoy.
We are celebrating our 9th annual Free Fun Weekend.
It's a statewide event this Saturday to Sunday.
It's supposed to be warm, but very, very nice.
No matter where you're from, beat the heat and get outside.
Really just an opportunity to get maybe people who have not experienced our state parks, and again, that's Wisconsin or elsewhere, to give people an opportunity to get in and visit our state park system and see what we have to offer.
No licenses, no passes, no permits, no problem.
It is free admission passes to all properties in the state park system. It's free trail pass. Again, our state trails do require a pass, but those are also free this weekend. And it's also free fishing.
What a better place for this weekend than right here in the Northwoods.
There's the Cisco chain that comes into Vilas. There is the Manitowish Waters chain. There's the Lac de Flambeau chain. Oh my gosh, we have 4. And then there's the Eagle River chain of lakes.
We really are so fortunate just to have, again, statewide, this range of properties that offers recreation opportunities for just that whole suite of opportunities. So I guess it's really that own personal preference on what you're looking for in a weekend.
And one last word of advice.
Be safe and get out and make some new memories.
Park users urge people to be courteous of others and to the natural resources that our fine state has to offer. Keep in mind the leave no trace policy and use all trails as intended. And let's have a great weekend. Justin?
All right, thanks, Andrew. The 7-day rolling average, the number of new COVID-19 cases in Wisconsin is now back down below 150 for the first time since last April. Today, the State Department of Health Services reports 185 new cases for a daily average over the last week of 149. Meanwhile, DHS reports 10 new deaths today. Now, despite changing their system recently to only include recent deaths, once in the last month, that actually raises our average slightly. We're averaging 4 deaths per day over the last week. DHS also reports about 42.3% of all people in Wisconsin have now completed their COVID-19 vaccination. Keep in mind, about 14% of the state is kids under age 12 not yet eligible for a vaccine. Iron and Oneida County have the highest vaccination rates in our region, close to 50% in those areas fully vaccinated. Clark and Taylor County have the lowest rates in our region, about 25% fully vaccinated. Across the country, roughly 300 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine have now been given out. Today, the Biden administration announced its plan to ramp up distribution globally. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the U.S. plans to send 80 million COVID-19 vaccine doses to other countries around the world by the end of June.
We made the decision to share at least 75% of these vaccines through COVAX. This will maximize the number of vaccines available equitably for all countries and will facilitate sharing with those most at risk.
Meanwhile, Dr. Anthony Fauci said this week he expects vaccines to be available for children of all ages by the end of this year. The number of Americans seeking unemployment benefits fell for a fifth straight week last week to a new pandemic low. The Labor Department says 385,000 people filed first-time claims. That's down about 20,000 from the week before. May's monthly jobs report comes out tomorrow. Overall, the U.S. economy is still down over 8 million jobs from its levels in February of last year. The unemployment news, though, didn't do much to help stocks on Wall Street. Uneventful day that now ended losing about 23 points to close at 34,577. The Nasdaq lost 141 points, the S&P 500 15. As the pandemic finally starts easing up, a community shelter in Green Bay has now finally opened its dining hall doors again for the first time in about 400 days. Ben Boken reports.
The new community shelter is back in business.
In the past year, hunger skyrocketed. And while the new community shelter helped meet that need with its meal program, volunteers like Otis Roberson say it's meant to fill more than just the community stomachs.
They come here, they might not eat the dinner, but they're here to have conversation, you know, to have that cup of coffee, to have that drink of juice or milk.
For the first time since the start of the pandemic, the new community shelter in Green Bay has reopened its dining room so members of the community can eat together once again. As a former shelter resident, Roberson says the meal program introduced him to some of his best friends.
If you're busy talking, sometimes you don't worry about other situations are going. It makes you feel better, makes you feel a part of something.
But without an in-person community meal for 442 days, Roberson says some people lost that sense of belonging.
It's like when you miss that favorite uncle or that favorite auntie or that mom figure. You know, you miss that.
And new community shelter CEO Terry Refsgaard says hunger around Green Bay has increased with the need for social interaction. The shelter served nearly 160,000 meals in 2020.
For some, this is kind of like their home, even though they don't live here, they come to eat here.
Without that ability, Refsgaard saw a difference.
Those that would come in every night, hi, how are you? We could see that it deteriorate a bit.
Now the shelter is prepared to serve hundreds of people in person again, people Roberson considers family.
That type of environment is priceless, and I always say priceless, but it is to me.
It's Ben Boken reporting. Preventing invasive species is a big deal in the Northwoods. We'll show you how some local students are drawing attention to the cause in just a few minutes. But first, Jeffson with your full forecast next on Newswatch 12 at 10.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
To create the ultimate all-around mowing experience, don't change one thing, push everything. Maximize muscle without wasting an ounce. Optimize comfort at your top speed. And obsess over performance until the cut is best in class. Step up to the all-new Ultima series from Cub Cadet.
Check out our 13,000 square foot newly renovated space in Eagle River. We focus only on welding so you can spend more time making sparks fly in our 36 welding booths. Finish the welding program in just 4 to 6 months. Our school is set up like a workplace, so you'll be ready to get working right away. 99% of students find employment before or right after graduation. At AWI, we go beyond basic code standards and aim for perfection. As we work hard, we definitely have fun along the way.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk, if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm, if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose, if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
We don't do this very often. Temperatures will climb into the 80s tomorrow, mid-80s, and pretty much stay there the next 7 to 10 days around here. Your body is not going to like that. This heat is kind of unusual, humid as well. Make sure you drink plenty of water this weekend into the early portions of next week. A bit of rain cooled air across the area today from a friendly band of showers that came through. No thunder with them, but they kind of changed the temperatures a bit across the area and kept things in check. But tomorrow, this is not going to be here. Thus, we're all going to get back into the mid and upper 80s for highs tomorrow. Here's the big picture. There's a front to our southeast and a front to our north. You can see what's happened, right? The storm track has shifted. One to our north, one to our south. We're in a happy spot in the middle. But this time of year, that happy spot's also a warm spot. This high pressure is incredibly warm. So is that one. High pressure, sinking air. It keeps getting warmer and warmer. And that is all sliding in our direction beginning tomorrow. And no rain tomorrow to kind of keep the heat away. So highs back in the mid to upper 80s. Today, though, some clouds early, followed by a bit of sun, followed by some showers that came through this afternoon. That kept temperatures in check, like I said. But again, tomorrow, no showers for you. Just lots of heat, humidity, and temperatures back up in the 80s, and they're going to stay there for a while. Today, though, high temperatures, 85 for Shawano, 88 for Wapaka, 85 for Marshfield. Meanwhile, for the north, some rain cooled air here, 76 in Rhinelander, 73 Eagle River. So this was comfortable, but tomorrow, again, it's going to be a lot different than today. You're going to feel it. We're going to stay there for a while, as we're not going to cool off much at night either. Right now, we're hanging out in the 60s. There could be some lows. Low temperatures this weekend, hanging out near 70 and humid. That doesn't give your house time to cool down at all, or your body at that, so make sure you drink plenty of water and keep hydrated. The average high is 72, the average low is 47, record low 32. That kind of would feel good right now, right? And then record high being 93. We could set some records on Saturday and Sunday. The record high on Saturday is 90 in Rhinelander, 88 for Antigo area. We could do that easily, I think, through the afternoon with the sun setting earlier at 8:42. Okay, so here we go. I actually bumped these temperatures up just a bit after the weekend. So here we are, the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but now back in the mid to upper 80s. I had a couple 83s in there, and nope, it's going to be warmer than that, as we have quite the warm stretch on the way. Also a dry stretch on the way, which will really quickly increase the fire danger out there. So be careful. Some spots do have burn restrictions already in place across the area. We're also going to have lots of fog. So picture at night, the air is going to go calm. The temperature will meet the dew point. That creates fog. That'll lift very quickly with the sunrise. It'll burn it off really fast. But still, if you're driving at night through the weekend, and probably into Monday and Tuesday, look for some dense fog across the area. For tonight, though, lots of clouds out there now, or decreasing clouds later. Some dense fog is already out there, with low temperatures down near 60 and a calm wind. For tomorrow, it's Friday. Okay, so some morning clouds followed by lots of afternoon sun. Hazy, warm, hot, humid. You get the adjectives, right? Look for a high temperature near 86 and a southwest breeze around 5 to 10. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwest Furniture and Mattress shows a lot of heat. We don't do this very often. Look at the weekend. Plenty of sunshine, highs near 90. And then there's next week. week, holding off the rain chances until most likely Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Justin.
Thanks, Jeff. Nature is important in the Northwoods, and invasive species are an issue as they continue to spread and choke out some native wildlife. Luckily, as Morgan Johnson reports, prevention efforts are expanding too.
AIS posters. AIS stands for Aquatic Invasive Species, and in Wisconsin, they're a problem. From snails to crayfish to weeds, they can disrupt a healthy ecosystem. So the Arborvita Woodruff School 4th grade students wanted to make sure others knew the facts. Every year, the students participate in the Oneida County Land and Water Conservation statewide poster contest.
My poster is about banded mystery snail.
As a part of the school's community service values, the students brought their posters to the Stillwaters restaurant in Star Lake to use as placemats.
So they can learn how to prevent
and stop the invasives in our lakes and to know not to spread them.
Very exciting. This is by far my favorite.
Susan Juries teaches the 4th grade class and every year picks a topic to teach in depth.
We love the Northwoods and fishing, and so it all ties together. And so if we can teach them when they're young, then they'll appreciate it when they get older.
The class went fishing and this year discovered invasive species firsthand. The placemats take what the students learn to teach people at the restaurant. The first place poster was by 4th grade student Maine Deerham, who learned about the rusty crayfish for his poster.
I just think it was good to learn about it because we need to get all the invasives out of our lakes and help the food web and the ecosystem.
Whether they're found in waterways, bait buckets, or on shorelines, Juries wants to make sure the students have what they need to improve Wisconsin's environment.
Unless they are going to take the lead and make things better, you know, who else is going to do it? They're going to be our future citizens, so we have to train them now.
Reporting for Newswatch 12, I'm Morgan Johnson.
It was a busy night on the diamond across the Northwoods. We'll have highlights from a couple big GNC matchups after the break.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Carpet City.
Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and get the toughest waterproof floors in the industry, where they're in stock and on sale. Rigid Maximum XL is 50% thicker and 30% longer, resulting in maximum durability, which is perfect for active families and pets. Not to mention, it's easy to install. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center to get your Rigid Maximum XL waterproof floors today.
Carpet City, our prices will floor you.
My name's Arthur, Merrill, Wisconsin. In August of 2019, I started getting numbness in my feet. By July of 2020, my feet were so numb, I lost a sense of balance. I thought I was walking on stilts. I seen this ad for spinal aid. I took 20 treatments from them, and by then my feet were 90% better and no longer felt as I was walking on stilts.
Are you experiencing weakness, numbness, and/or pain in your feet or hands? These sensations might even be affecting other areas of your body along with your balance. You might have already been diagnosed with peripheral neuropathy and are taking drugs such as Lyrica, gabapentin, or Cymbalta that never seems to help. Neuropathy pain ultimately diminishes your quality of life. Call Spinal Aid of Wausau today to see if our treatment methods are right for you. Call 715-203-1508 to schedule your neuropathy severity consultation, or visit us at spinalaid.com.
You gotta have some corn.
Oh, cool. Turkey. You got to pick the cut you want off the beef trolley.
In a crazy world, you need Cozy TV.
Coming up on your Friday, we'll meet our new furry friend from the Forest County Humane Society.
And man, the storms will be clearing out of here, and then the heat is on Sierra. Could we possibly do 90s through the weekend? More when you tune in for your Friday.
Sports Watch 12 with Nate Myhawk starts now.
The state track meet keeps inching closer and closer,
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still had a huge meet in Anago on Thursday night. It was the Dale Peterson Invitational taking place, and the rain wasn't slowing us down. For the girls, Mosinee had a big night with 180 team points. Medford came in third with 112. And on the boys' side, Anago finished in second place. They scored 101.5 team points. Newman Catholic was right there behind them with 96. Individually, the Medford girls 4x200 relay team had a huge night, and Mosinee's Evan Utfall set a new PR in the 110-meter hurdles. Just on the road, the Robins baseball team was hosting Adams Friendship. My guess is that they're David Putty's favorite team because we're the Devils. They would strike to kick this game off. Jordan Jossart lines one into left. It falls and 2 runs are scored for Adams Friendship. They've got an early lead. Moments later, Magnus Moore, those luscious locks and all, chops one towards third, but the throw gets away. Another run scores for the Green Devils, and they led 3-0 after half an inning. But the defense would come through for Anago in the second. The runner takes off for third. Dane Cornelius comes up firing. They catch him stealing, but the Devils would come right back. Moments later, Wyatt Pollock's at the dish. The line shot into left. That's going to roll all the way to the fence. It's an RBI double for him, and Adams Friendship comes up big with an 11-6 win. Back in town at Stafford Field, the Rhinelander Hodags taking on Rapids Lincoln for a doubleheader. And after the Hodags took game 1, Raiders came out hot in the Twin Bill. Here's Brennan Huber trading an out for a run. He'll take the RBI, I'm sure. Rapids leads it 1-0. Moments later, Jordan Tibbetts goes back up the box. It's a base hit, and the Raiders are adding to their lead. It's now 2-0, and it was a tough game for the Hodag offense. Jacob Dekarski was locked in on the mound, picking up the strikeout here to end the top of the third, and these two teams would split the doubleheader. Rapids wins game 2, 6-0. Some other scores for you tonight. The girls' soccer playoffs are right around the corner. Can you believe it? Time flies, I guess. There was a big duel in Minocqua. The GNC champion Ashland Ordockers went on the road and beat Lakeland by a final of 3-2. And then Rhinelander played host to Northland Pines. The Hodags downed the Eagles by a final of 3-1. Don't look now, but the Milwaukee Brewers are feeling it. They've won 7 of their last 10, and they were looking to keep it rolling at home against the Diamondbacks. And this is what Brewers fans want to see more of. Christian Yelich with runners on, hits it well to right. Will it go? You bet. A wall-scraping home run for Yelly, a 3-run shot to put Milwaukee in front by 4. That's only his second homer of the season. Arizona would make things interesting, though. In the 5th, Carson Kelly in the air to center. Jackie Bradley Jr. running out of room. The D-backs cut the Brewer lead in half, but Milwaukee would add to the run total in the bottom half of the inning. Luis Urias roping one into left. That's got enough gas to get out of here. Milwaukee would hang on to win by a final of 7-2. Switching gears now, I have always been on the side of there's no such thing as too much football, and apparently the head honchos at Fox Sports are in the same boat. Earlier today, they announced that the USFL will be back in action. They plan on reviving the once popular Spring League next year with games beginning in March of 2022. And they also plan on broadcasting games on Fox, so you won't have to look far for some football action. Justin, do you think we can convince them to bring a team to the Northwoods?
If you can do that, I'll be impressed. Thank you, Nate. Police in western Wisconsin got some help this week from a herd of cattle. We'll hear from the owner of one of those hero heifers after the break.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Builders Service Incorporated, Elco.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Welcome, Pump 15. How you doing?
Good, thank you.
I have a question for you. Were you wearing your seatbelt today?
Yes, I was.
Do you always wear your seatbelt?
I do, thank you.
Do you need any help out there?
Do you want to help me? Am I in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to say thank you. We really appreciate that you wear your seatbelt every single day.
Click it or ticket.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Furniture and Appliance Mart.
This week we told you how a suspect in a police chase was stopped by a herd of cows on a farm in Barron County. Seriously. Today we're hearing from the owners of that farm. Sharon Yu reports.
I'm coming back over here for loves, honeys. Oh, that feels good, doesn't it?
There aren't too many quiet days on a dairy farm.
Dairy farmers usually don't get a ton of sleep.
Brandon Grew was already up,
Come on, girls.
checking on some of his calving cows when he heard a ruckus on the road behind him.
Got done checking them and went back to the parents' driveway to head back home and heard sirens, so I waited a little bit, and over the hill came a car and two cop cars chasing it, going pretty darn fast.
An early morning police chase down this road in Cumberland, Wisconsin, ending here on the Grew property.
I was a little bit out of a daze. I mean, I had been sleeping and poked my head up, looked out the window, and there was red and blue lights. And it was like, oh, my first question was, well, are the cows out?
The cows weren't the subject of the chase. In fact, they put a stop to it. You can call it an utterly fantastic, legendary crime-stopping herd of sorts.
Our Barron County bovine unit, apparently. I'm very fortunate that the car was stopped right at the gate, didn't touch the gate, and the girls were right there. They're curious animals at habit, so they like to be a part of everything. It's nice that they could be there to be a blockade and help out the police.
The heifers of Valley Gem Farms are a fearless bunch.
Oh, you're getting jealous now. Yep, there's Shios.
A high-speed chase? No problem. Trespassing on their property? Now we've got beef.
Oh, does that feel good? It's very humorous. It's very fun to laugh at, and it'll be something that we'll laugh at for years just because nobody was injured and everything went smoothly. And we're very fortunate none of our cows were injured and we're not rebuilding fence today.
Sharon Yu milking the puns there. The suspect in that chase is now in the Barron County Jail. We'll be right back.
I was watching my team come from behind when my son says, "Dad, I'm taking a girl to the dance." And I was like, "You can borrow my car, just make sure your shoes are shined and the car is clean." And then I was like, "Hold on, go to Quick Trip and get the Elite Wash." On the day of the dance, my son washed my car and shined his shoes. But he did something on his own accord. My son goes, "Do you think she would like this?" And the Quick Trip lady is like, "You betcha." Kid's got a bright future.
Quick Trip, we got you covered.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell many things. Risk if they're taken by someone they weren't prescribed for. Harm if accidentally taken by a child or a pet. And overdose if they're not used as directed. They may be hiding in your home, in bathrooms, kitchens, or anywhere. Why put your family at risk? Safely dispose of opioids before they can do harm. The best thing is to find a drug take-back option, such as medicine drop-off boxes, mail-back programs, or home disposal products. If there isn't a take-back location near you, check the FDA's flush list. Medicines on the flush list may be especially dangerous if they are used by children, pets, or others in your home. No take-back location nearby and your medicine isn't on the flush list? You can dispose of it in the trash. Get more information on safe opioid disposal and remove the risk.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes and taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me, too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads. It's our safety.
Rescan now to get NBC plus 4 subchannels. Enjoy Cozy TV or the classics on Antenna TV, HSN on .4 and QVC on .5. WJFW, the preferred Northwoods entertainment.
Jeff, getting ready for some hot ones.
Yeah, we're playing golf tomorrow, you and I are. It's going to be, what, 85 and partly cloudy tomorrow and humid.
Lots of water.
Whew, let's go outside now, check on the radar, and it's looking pretty good. The rain is falling away from us, but there are a couple of sprinkles around. This saved us today, by the way, from a lot of heat, which occurred across parts of central Wisconsin. Look at the heat back off to the west of us right now. Bismarck's still 80 at this hour, 10:33. So, yeah, that's coming our way for tomorrow. And we're going to have highs in the mid-80s tomorrow, 90 or so on Saturday, and stay there. We could do some records this weekend, incredibly humid. Take precautions, please.
Golf balls travel further when it's hot. You have that going for us.
I do have
so.
this.
Mine never travel far anyway, so I wouldn't know.
All right, thanks, Nate. Thanks, you guys, for joining us. Have a good night.